I want me some glory hole.
Oh, yeah. Hello, welcome to the Football Glory Hole Podcast. Whether you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, or on iHeartRadio, we thank each and every Glory Hole seeker for tuning in this week. I'm your host, Bo Stevens, and I'm joined as always here on the sports patio by my good buddy Longhorn. Longhorn, what's up, buddy?
All right. Woo, Bo Cephas. Well, 2 weeks ago we went 9-4, and last week we went 8-3. And if my math is correct, and, don't take my word for it, but that is 10 plus units over 2 weeks. That is doing some fucking work, baby. Now, at this point of the year, when the computers lock in like they are right now, I simply become a bumbling, drunken idiot, only here to fill an hour of fodder and to listen to you make fun of all of my life's mistakes. Endless opportunities for you there. Now, whether you are here for the funny.
It's a quest for fun. I'm gonna have fun, and you're gonna have fun. We're all gonna have so much fucking fun we'll need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. You'll be whistling Symphony Doodah out of your assholes.
Or you are here for the money.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't fucking have any. They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby.
You have come to the right place. 2 questions for you people. Do you like football?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
My apologies, Mr. President. I'll do better. Do you like money?
I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
That's right, Adam Center. That's exactly where we come in. And we have weekly, monthly, and yearly packages to fit your needs. Go to our website, thefootballgloryhole.com, and hit us up for those free picks, premium picks, and betting strategies so you can bet football the right way, the winning way, the football glory hole way. Y'all know the drill by now. We will make you laugh. We will make you cringe.
Holy Santa Claus shit.
But most of all, baby, we will make you a shit ton of money.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money!
Now, since we are that good and people do love us, we have an additional YouTube show in collaboration with 105.3 The Fan in Dallas called The Degenerate with world-famous R.J. Choppy.
Murray, and against Zana, left side, swings this one, Holloway for 3, and I set fire to the rain. Watched it pour as I touch your face.
Now, with all that business out of the way, welcome to the world's #1 football capping podcast. Bo Cephas, as always. Here on the sports patio, we got the TVs glowing. We got the beer heavily flowing, and right now it is everybody's unfortunate favorite part of the show. My friend, tell the people all about your horrible, fucking disgusting, cold beer choice of the week.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Tonight, I am finishing up our Oktoberfest October edition with the Spaten Oktoberfest, one of the originals from Munich, Germany. It gets 4 out of 5 stars. It is a fantastic beer, as you would expect from the motherland itself. And Longhorn, I have been saving this story all month because it reminds me of the time, buddy, that we were in Munich.
Here we go.
And, of course, as you boys and girls know, Longhorn being the ladies' man that he is, there was a certain young Fraulein that he wanted to put his schnitzel in her strudel.
God bless you.
She wasn't having that, but Germans are freaks, so she was willing to let him, put his lederhosen in her Lagenboomen, if you follow the alliteration there.
No, nobody does.
And which Longhorn was more than willing to do, but what he didn't know at the time was half the German girls don't wax their, I guess the slang term will be taint, but I actually looked this up in WebMD. The actual medical term for that part of the body is the gooch. So you can Google
still
it if
lost.
you like.
Still lost.
So when Longhorn turned her over to, let's say, check her diet, he had to fight the brush to get to her balloon knot, which, again, it's half and half, so it's really a coin flip. So, buddy, I guess you flipped your coin, and I guess you say come up tails on that one.
Heads, tails, who the fuck knows what you're talking about over there? I gotta wonder, like, how much of my drunken private time with ladies have you been peeking in on? Because every week there's another story about some little filly that I diddled in an inappropriate way. Jesus Christ.
Well, all I can say about Buddy is you do talk in your sleep, and we've shared many beds together.
Gross.
But that's neither here nor there. We're going to get to the podcast now. We're going to give you those free picks. We have the good, the bad, and are you fucking kidding me? And we're going to do all, and I mean fucking all of those wins coming into the air tonight. But right now, it's time to get you paid, baby. We're going to do that with that college free pick of the week. And this week, Longhorn, we're going to switch it up. I'm going to give out the pizza money parlay that I gave out earlier on the Degenerate because I feel that good about it, baby.
Okay.
This is a 5-team parlay. Normally, 5 teams pays you 22-1. This one right here pays you 42-1. It's extra 20 units on your dollar. Listen closely. It's Baylor on the money line. It's the men of Troy on the money line. Kansas State on the money line. Ohio State minus 12.5. Wyoming on the money line. Again, 42-1, baby. Let's fucking get paid.
Sounds good.
All right, and now that we got you paid, we got to get paid. And to do that, we got to go over this week's sponsor. And this week's sponsor is BetAnySports.eu. I said bet. Hey! Sports.eu. It is the only place you go for online gambling. All sports, like the name suggests, if you want to bet the over or under or how many fraud lines that Longhorn will be sprickling, which is fricking, you can fucking bet that too, baby. They got poker. They got full casino games. They advertise reduced juice, minus 105 in most situations. Same day payouts that welcome Bitcoin. They've got the widest selections of props, parlays, and teasers on the internet. People, go to BetAnySports.eu. Put in code word GLORYHOLE. Get a 35% sign-up bonus today. What does that mean? It means you get deposit $1,000, you get back $1,350. You take their free money with our picks. You're winning money on top of fucking money on top of fucking money, baby. It's BetAnySports.eu. One more time, I said bet. Hey! Sports.eu. Code word GLORYHOLE.
And now it's time for the good.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Well, that's just fucking great. That's just fucking great.
The bad.
Is this bad? Is this bad?
Well, that's fucking not good.
And the are you fucking kidding me?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you fucking kidding me?
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
All right, boys and girls, and as always, we start with the good, and the good last week was fucking us, baby.
Yeah, baby.
8-3, 5 more units. Longhorn, let's fucking go.
Yep, love it when college and NFL both win units. That is the best feeling in the world.
In the world. But now, we got to tell ourselves, as we always do, it's time for the bad, and the bad last week was fucking Denver plus the 7. Kansas City, we didn't think would be very interested, and honestly, Longhorn, they didn't look that interested, but Denver had 4 fucking turnovers at home, and boys and girls, anytime you bet on a team and they got 4 turnovers, you're going to have a fucking bad day. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this. I was going to say, let's just, in future reference, let's stay away from Kansas City in snow games because they did this exact same thing to Denver last year in the snow. And if you remember a couple years ago, we were in Vegas in a playoff game where Kansas City played Indianapolis in the snow with Andrew Luck and a running game, strong running game. And we were on Indy because the same scenario. They got a good running game. It's in the snow. No, Kansas City killed them, and we lost that day in Vegas on that game. So future reference, snow for Kansas City is not a negative.
Yeah, we might have lost that day, but I remember us winning that night with a couple of brunettes, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're moving on to the Are You Fucking Kidding Me? And this week, that award goes to your Cleveland fucking Browns. So, we had Cleveland minus a 3 against the Bengals, and we said last week on the podcast, they already burned us once, right in the first game, but we felt good about it again. And then, of course, your boy, your new favorite quarterback, Mr. Backdoor Burrow, does what he does, comes down, drives for the not just backdoor, the go-ahead touchdown. And then, of course, we're left with Baker, I like to piss in my pants when the fucking moment gets good, Maker. But you know what? He didn't fucking piss in his pants. He led them all the way down the field, and he threw the best ball I've ever seen this kid throw in his entire goddamn life to the right corner of the end zone. Couldn't have been a more perfect pass. I don't even know who caught it, because at that point, I was pissing my pants, Maker. Something was leaking out into my pants at that point. I don't know. I was so excited. I thought we had the game won because that put them up by 3, right? And then all we needed was the extra point for the 4 and the cover. And what does this fucking asshole kicker do but fucking miss the extra point? God damn it!
Yeah, this is the no-brainer, are you fucking kidding me of the year. Like, this is everybody's are you fucking kidding me. Like, everybody around the country was pissed off at that stupid fucking kicker. I mean, by the way, extra points even moved back to the yard line they've moved back to are still a 94% success rate. So we lost a game. No, not lost. We got to push, but we didn't get a win on a game that's a 94% success rate. Fuck you, kickers.
And to put that in perspective, 94% means you make 94 out of 100. Cleveland won't score 100 touchdowns all seasons. This fucking asshole, by the league percentage, is not due to miss another extra point for like 2 fucking years. God damn it! Alright, boys and girls, it's the time you've all been waiting for. It's time for all those wins that are coming in the air tonight, baby! And Longhorn, we're going to start up in Detroit with your Lions. They are a 3-point home dog to those Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, and man, those Detroit Lions, man, they're starting to show a little something there. 3-3 and could be 4-2, but if they rookie catches that ball in the first game of the year against Chicago. But, you know, last week they got a little fortunate with that win, so all that stuff evens out. I do have a smash spot here for Indy. Coming off a bye, this is one of my favorite games of the week. Frank Wright is a fantastic coach. ATS against coming off a bye. And Detroit, with its 23rd ranked defensive rush efficiency, is going to have a hard time stopping this Indy rushing attack, which is going to look to get it going after the bye with their left tackle Costanza probably coming back. But the story of this game is going to be on the other side of the ball with Indy and their 4th-ranked DVOA defense, and getting Darius Leonard back off the bye should be able to slow down this Detroit offense enough to get that cover of 3. They're both dome teams, so the dome should be little to no factor, especially with no crowd, no fans in the stands. Last week, Atlanta, for the most part, slowed down Detroit in that game, besides that last drive. And Indy, just to be quite frank, is just in a different class, a different tier than Detroit. Detroit is -9 in point differential, and Indy is +42. I've got to lean to Indy here, Bo Cephas. Detroit, if they are real, if they truly are a real team, they're going to have to prove it to me here against a legit team before I buy a stock in them. What do you got?
Man, I'm honestly leaning to your Lions here, and the only reason is because it's literally a 0 delta by our power rankings, and that's because Indianapolis, the underlying stats, their efficiency, they're not actually that great, and Detroit's actually not that bad. And this is, again, boys and girls, we're only giving 1 point at this point for home field advantage, so, it's not the normal 3. That's why Indy's only the -3. If it was the 3, obviously they would be, the 5 or the 6. But man, here's the thing. You say this is a prove game for Detroit. I think they're 3-3. They are supposed to be 3-3, like you said. They got fortunate last week. Todd Gurley, couldn't do math or whatever, and he literally fell down on the fucking goal line. He looked like, I don't want to say what he looked like. I'm gonna skip it. But anyway, he looked foolish, and he just could have took a knee, but again, he just couldn't help himself. He tried so hard. He fell down right on like the old. Was it Agony of Defeat on the old sports on CBS or whatever? That's what the Agony of Defeat looked like, him laying down on the goal line. Literally, if the ball was in his right hand, they win the game. It was in his left hand.
I know.
He lays right down on it. They end up losing as only they can. But you know what? I think it's just as much to me a prove a game to Indy, because if Indy's going to be a good team, this is the game that they go in and they don't win, they cover. Because if you're going to be a good team, you go beat, a 500 team or a below average team by more than the margin on the road even. So we'll see. But I actually lean Detroit on this. But again, it's a no call. It's a no delta. Not going to be a play for us, but
Real quick, I will say to your point, this is a no play for me too, because nothing stood out real strong either way. I will say, when I was digging into this handicap, I was surprised to see that Indy has not been a very good rushing team this year at all. They're kind of middle of the pack, which with that offensive line and Jonathan Taylor out of college, it's shocking to see that they can't get that running game going like they have. It's
because they don't respect the pass. Because look at T.Y. Hilton. Look at the fall off of T.Y. Hilton. Like, he was probably a first, second round draft pick in fantasy. The dude has done nothing because Phil Rivers can't get him the ball because he's not any good.
Okay, but you say that, but Rivers is putting up monster numbers. They should be opening up. But
they're not. Yeah, but they're not efficient numbers. Like, he's having to do a lot to get a little, basically.
I guess like I said, I'm not going to fight you on it, because I could easily see Detroit cover and even win this game. So I think we covered it. It's a dangerous game. Let's put it that way.
For sure. All right, we're going to move on to those Green Bay Packers. And right now, they are 7-point home favorites versus the Minnesota. Can you cover my cousins, Vikings?
Yeah, Minnesota is third in offensive rush efficiency, going up against the 22nd ranked defensive rush efficiency for Green Bay. So they should be able to control the ball on the ground here. And if they can avoid the big mistake, I actually do like Minnesota to hang around in this game and keep it close all the way till the end. And with that +7, I've got to lean to Minnesota here. One more thing. Weather will be a factor in this game. It's going to be very windy. It's going to be cold. So that will put a larger emphasis on those running games. And that will slow down that Green Bay passing attack. Aaron Jones is last I heard, has still not practiced. So even if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. You have division familiarity here. You're getting a touchdown protection. I lean to Minnesota. Bocephus, what do you got?
Yes, sir. I'm with you. The numbers are with you. Everything's with you. Go Vikings. All right, moving on to Buffalo. We're there 3.5. Okay. Buffalo is a 3.5-point home favorite versus those goddamn New England Patriots. What the fuck is going on?
Okay, I'm gonna have a two-sided, not really two-sided handicap, but I'm gonna have a handicap and then a warning. So just stick with me here. So obviously in this game we have a huge coaching edge to Buffalo. That's right, you heard me. Huge coaching edge to Buffalo. No, look, Belichick is still Belichick. We're giving him shit because he's just lost his way here without Tom Brady. But the coach for Buffalo is really fucking good. So it's not crazy to think that this is at least a net on the coaching side. You have two teams who are not playing well over the last few weeks, but one of them, Buffalo, actually has the talent on the roster to make a move back into the right direction. Buffalo did actually dominate that game last week against the Jets, but they only managed 18 points on 6 field goals, which,
and they missed.
Yeah, and they missed 2 other field goals. So we talked last week about that being a really good spot for the Jets, and they did cover that game. But my guess is Buffalo was looking forward to this game against New England, kind of that division bully that's been pushing them around for 20 years. This is their chance, Buffalo's chance, to plant that flag and end that dominance of New England in this division. Now, however, this is my warning. So my lean would be to Buffalo. Let's get that out of the way. My lean is to Buffalo. But here's the warning. New England is 25th in defensive efficiency. So Buffalo really should have no issue covering. However, what does New England do best? Run the ball. And Buffalo, what they're worst at, one of the worst in the league, is stopping the run. So if there is any chance for New England in this game, I mean, first of all, it's going to take a complete 180 for their quarterback, Cam Newton, to just flip that around to what he was doing the first couple of games. But on top of that, if they can get that running game going against a Buffalo team that has shown they cannot stop the run, and on the flip side, if New England can stop the run, stop the Buffalo passing attack, which is their strength, because Buffalo has not shown the ability to run the ball, but they have been a passing team at the first part of this year, and that feeds right into the strength of the New England defense. Like, New England can't stop the run. We saw that last week against San Francisco. They're actually okay against the pass, so just be careful with this game is all I'm saying. I am going to lean to Buffalo, but be careful here. Don't go too crazy on Buffalo in this game. What do the numbers say here, Bocephus? Because I don't really want any part of this on either side.
Yeah, the algorithms are split on this. The power rankings have Buffalo a 0.5 point delta. That's definitely not enough for a play for us, and plus with the split. I think you nailed the fucking handicap on it. And here's the thing that I'm tired of. I'm tired of the fucking narrative that Cam Newton played so good the first 2 weeks. First of all, the first week he played like shit. He just ran the ball well. The second week he played Seattle, which me, you, and a couple of your favorite fucking Fraulines there could probably fucking put up 300 yards on the Seattle defense throwing the ball. Since then, he's been absolute ass. He is absolute ass. If Josh Allen could just not turn the fucking ball over, I honestly think Buffalo walks away with this one pretty easily. However, Buffalo's defense is so putrid by any efficiency number you want to look at. I think that will keep New England in the game. And really, that's been the biggest departure for me, for them, is, we thought Buffalo was going to win the division. We both said Buffalo was going to win the division. And they probably will. I mean, they're the odds-on favorite, obviously, in Vegas right now. But, man, if their defense doesn't get better, like if he can't, and I like Sean McDermott too, but if he can't right that ship, they're not going very far in the playoffs. I promise you that, because Josh Allen is not the fucking quarterback. Which, first of all, I think I said 3 or 4 weeks ago on this podcast that everybody telling me that I should apologize for saying Josh Allen sucks. You can kiss both sides of my ass, and I believe that's a direct quote from me. You can still kiss both sides of my ass because the kid still is not any good. So if you think that he's going to carry a team in the playoffs that can't fucking stop anybody, again, both sides, both cheeks, they're still open, baby. Pucker up. Moving on.
Move on.
Cincinnati. Our Cincinnati Bengals at this point. The backdoor Burrows themselves are 5.5 point home dogs. Consensus right now to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, and I am known to say in certain games that the first 1 to 10 wins. In this game, the first 1 to 50 wins. So just you better just keep on scoring in this game. And you kind of mentioned it there. And since the LGBTQ LMNOP community has allowed me to trademark backdoor Burrow, I am actually going to call for Cincinnati to slide into that back door, get the cover here, and turn what you know what? Remember the Tennessee versus Jacksonville game, and where Tennessee kind of dominated the entire game, but somehow Jacksonville got that late cover and kind of was just going back and forth. It's going to be very much the same here. It's going to feel like Tennessee's dominating the game. It's going to be a 2-score game for most of the game. At the end, when those clock hit 0, it's going to be Cincinnati within that point spread. That's just the way I feel in this game. As far as the numbers go, I was kind of shocked when I looked it up, but Cincinnati is 21st in defensive rush efficiency. which doesn't sound great. But then you take into account that Tennessee has played 2 games this season in Houston and Jacksonville, which were ranked 27th and 24th in defensive rush efficiency, both worse than Cincinnati, and both teams had some success against Tennessee as far as the final score went. Houston, they didn't cover, but we all watched that game. That they should have easily covered the game. It took some magic for Tennessee to get that cover, and Jacksonville did cover that game. So, look, I'm going to lean to Burrow here to get that cover. What did the numbers say? Because I don't know if we've talked a whole lot about this game.
Yeah, I'm with you. The numbers are with you 100%. It's Cincinnati here.
Sweet.
That's the play. And to your point, in that Houston game, I think Houston had like a 95% chance of winning, not just covering, winning the game outright.
Right, and didn't cover.
And didn't end up covering because of the miracle overtime, and then Henry just plows down. Like, at that point, they're defeated mentally, so it is what it is. But here's the thing, people. Joe Burrow is on pace to break Andrew Luck's rookie record for most passing yards by a rookie in an NFL season ever. And he's doing it behind easily a top 5 worst offensive line in the NFL. He's throwing to fucking soup cans and fucking baked potatoes. And his number 1 running back, Mixon, I don't know when the last time he fucking played. And he's still out there airing it out. This kid is tough as fucking goddamn nails. He has shown me so much this year. I didn't have a whole lot of hope for him just because he was going to Cincinnati. Man, I'll tell you what, if this kid keeps showing this kind of mettle and Cincinnati can just not be Cincinnati for a little while and build a little bit of a team around him, we might be talking about Joe Burrow a whole lot more in the future, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. And on a roster note, their offensive line has gotten worse. They got dinged up last week. They lost Bobby Hart, who was their best offensive lineman. He will not play this week. Had a couple more injuries that probably will play. It was already a bad line. Took another hit, but again, like when a line is horrible, like, does it really matter a whole lot if you lose? Like, that's not his problem. Like, but he is throwing some talented receiver. I'm not gonna let you knock his talent. Like AJ Green has basically become his third option. You got T. Higgins, who's an emerging rookie, and Boyd is just a steady Eddie out there. So he's got the weapons. They have got to get some fucking offensive linemen in there that can actually protect that kid. Because you're right. You say he's going to break the record. He ain't going to break it because he ain't going to finish this year. That boy's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt.
All right, moving on to your Cleveland Browns. Those motherfuckers. They are minus 2.5 this week, hosting our Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, this is a I like this game. Let's just put it that way. I like this game. I'm not going to glean too much from Yeah, I do. I like it. I like it, man. I like this game. I'm not going to glean too much into last week's ass whooping that Vegas took to Tampa Bay. The NFL just did Vegas dirty, sending their entire team home. The whole offensive line couldn't practice all week, and then didn't even postpone the game at all. Didn't move it to a day later, 2 days later. Nah, get in there. Get your ass out there and play that fucking game. Find that fucking dog and get your ass out there and play that fucking game. They're like, they didn't show up till like Thursday. Like, yeah, now you're good. Go play. So Vegas should be much healthier, much more prepared this week. And actually, if you look at the AFC standings, the playoff standings, I know it's early, but if you look at it, Vegas would be right outside of the playoffs with Cleveland right above them. In that 7th slot to make the playoffs. So you are going to get max motivation here from Vegas. However, and here's the twist, Baker and Cleveland have become so simple to handicap. They just really are. They're like a machine. If you can rush Baker and you can stop the run, is a smash spot for the other team. If you cannot rush Baker and you cannot stop the run, it's a smash spot for Cleveland. So this is a no-brainer to me. Like, I'm not going to go against that season-long trend, and honestly, it's probably a 3-year trend. Take out last year, but the year before was the same way. His rookie year, like it was the same way. If you couldn't rush him, Cleveland ate. So, long story short, I'm on Cleveland here. Bo Cephas, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm just gonna just pass this one to you because the numbers are split, the algorithm is split, and our power ranking has this at exactly a 0-point delta, and that's at the 2.5. I'm just telling you, boys and girls, doing this for years, that's hard to fucking find to get a 0-point delta at a 2.5. So it's a toss-up by the numbers, which means it's 50-50. Historically, could go either way. But I do like your handicap on this, so I'm gonna bend to you, buddy.
Okay.
All right, going to move on to Kansas City and the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, coming off of whipping our ass and whipping Denver's ass. They're home. They're a slight favorite this week. Looks like only 19.5 points consensus to the New York Jets. Jets!
Yeah, before I get into the handicap here, let me just say that last week we went 3-1-1, obviously, and if that jackass would have made that kick and we were 4-1, and with the only focus we had taking us from a back-to-back 5-0 in the NFL would have been this Denver pick that we had against Kansas City, I would have been so fucking mad because that game from fucking kick to buzzer was never fucking close. So whatever. But thank God the kickers suck and you don't have to worry about it. So in this game, this is an absolute complete fucking stay away. I would never bet this game in a million fucking years. On a force lean, I guess I would have to take those sorry ass Jets at that historical huge number. I did hear anything over 19 in the last handful of years is on a 5-1 ATS run to the underdog. So look, that's the only way I could, really lean in this game. Kansas City has shown the tendency to play down to competition all year. And you really don't get any further down than the Jets, like literally all the way down to the fucking basement. Now I do, on the flip side, I do believe that Kansas City could sleepwalk through this game and cover this spread if they really wanted to, but the back door will be open all day. And I've got no interest in rooting for these sorry-ass Jets to get in that back door. And I've also got no interest in, crossing my fingers and hoping that Kansas City has the desire and the effort to cover this monster spread. So I will pass this game, Bocephus.
All right, so 2 trends on this game. One is pretty well known. So you mentioned kind of 5-1. In the last 20 years, 19 or more point dogs, they're hitting at 80%. 80% historically. And then another one, this is more obscure. So it's if you double the spread and it's within 10 points of the total. So 19.5, quick math. That is 39 points. The over-under is at 49, so it's within 10 points. Again, the dog on that rate is hitting at 87%, and that's in the history of the fucking NFL. So you've got everything, and I mean everything.
Yeah.
The numbers, the algorithms, everything fucking say Jets. However, Longhorn, what we have discovered is even when our algorithms agree, there's one kind of cut-through fucking metric that we've found, and we won't name it because, our secrets are our secrets. That's what you pay us for. But the one cut-through metric is not on the Jets. And when the one cut-through metric is not on that team, even with an algorithm agreement, it becomes a coin flip. So if you want to bet the Jets on a 50-50 probability, even with an 87% trend line, praying, like you said, praying to God that, they're up 27-0 in the fourth quarter, and they pull Mahomes, and then somehow fucking the Jets score 10 points or whatever. Who knows?
Who cares?
I'm not interested in it. But anyway, if you wanted to go, if you want to bet the Jets and then claim you're a sharp on fucking Monday, fucking go.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, moving on. Those Miami Dolphins, and they are starting the rookie that everyone has been waiting on, Mr. Tua Tagovailoa. I'll help you out with the last name. I know you always get it wrong. And they are 3.5-point home dogs to those L.A. Rams, baby.
Yeah, we like to call him Tua T around these parts. That's what the drinkers call him because they'll never even ever try to fucking pronounce that. Tua T. Look, here's the deal. I don't know how you can responsibly bet this game with a rookie quarterback that you've never seen play in the NFL. I just really don't. Look, the Rams they're a heavy running offense, and Miami is dead last in defensive rush efficiency. So the quick, easy handicap is straight to LA to take control of this game and possibly dominate the rookie quarterback with the 11th ranked defensive pass efficiency. So on a quick look, digging into the soft underlying numbers, I'm going to lean to LA. I will say this, however, because I am staying away from this game. So just kind of play double side here, devil's advocate. Be careful because the market adjusted down 2.5 points with the quarterback change to Tua, and if the market is correct, the value on this game is basically Just pause. Both Cephas, the numbers are they pretty much split? So this kind of a coin flip type game.
They are split, yes.
Okay, so basically at the numbers right now, with a downgrade to Tua from Fitzpatrick, it's basically a coin flip game. However, if the market is wrong on Tua, and he's much better than Fitzpatrick, even if it's just a net, or God, what if he's even better and it's a net positive over Fitz, you have tremendous value on Miami here in the 2 to 3 point range. So I'm not willing to take that gamble on a quarterback I've never seen in the NFL. I will just say, however, that all accounts in practice is that he's looked really good, and I don't think the coaching staff would make this change if he hasn't looked good. So there is a possible huge value to Miami here on this game. One last thing, and I'll throw it to you. When the Rams played New England in the Super Bowl 2 years ago and what did they hold the Rams to? That high-powered Rams offense. They held them to was it 10 points?
3 or 10.
Yeah, 3 points, whatever it was. Who was the defensive coordinator for New England in that game, Bo Cephas?
I believe that would be our boy from Miami.
And he's the head coach for Miami now. So, all that said, if I was forced to take this game, I would take Miami in the points. However, I can't. I'm not going to bet on a quarterback I've never seen play in the NFL. What do you got?
Yeah, so the algorithms are split. However, what I will say is, at a net, and we talked about this on last week a little bit, and we talked about it on the Degenerate last week for sure. If the coaching staff has seen him play and they think it's a net even score, which is the only reason why you put Tua in at this point, because again, they're still in the division race, or at least the playoff race at this point. There's no other reason to make this move unless you think Flores is really just trying to see what he's got and just counting his chickens for next year. But I don't think that's Flores' game. But either way, if it's a net positive, you got a pretty big delta per our power rankings to Miami. However, with all of the analytics that we run, it is still a split. Even if you do the 2.5 down, it's still a split. But even with the 2.5 down, if you look at the power rankings, it's still a decent delta to Miami. It would not shock me if Miami covered this if Tua is net 0. To your point, if it's 2.5 down, now we'll see. But, to me, the market is just adjusting down to whatever they can estimate. With the best estimate that they can, just from historical rates from rookie quarterbacks and see what they do. I mean, he barely did anything we got in. He threw one pass for 2 yards. He looked nervous, but who cares? First few snaps in the NFL, everybody looks nervous. I don't know. Here's why I wouldn't go Miami is only because I think the Rams are really getting undervalued still from the market, and I think even a little bit from us, to be honest with you. I think they're still getting a little bit undervalued. I think the Rams are one of those teams that's going to round into shape and be a contender when the contenders are being called on.
All right, we'll see.
All right, moving on. We're going to Chicago. Those Bears. And they're 4.5-point home dogs. Those New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one simple because I know you've got some stuff on this one. And look, let's just be honest. Let's pull the curtain back a little bit and tell the people that I will actually be fading the computers on this pick. Not something I'd recommend this time of year because they're really, really smart, and I'm really, really dumb, and they're really, really, they're really, really good looking, and I'm really, really ugly. But in this game, I have to be honest. Like there's a reason we have two of us, and there's a reason we do it the way we do it because it overall ends up with the best possible outcome in the long run. So I'll do it my way, and you tell me how I'm wrong. The win in this game is going to be a gigantic factor. It's going to be very hard to pass in this game. It's going to slow down both passing attacks. So I do look for both teams to turn to the running game and the short passing attack. And Chicago, to be just quite frank, is an awful rushing team. And New Orleans at least has shown the ability to stick with the run and have some success with it. So, and we know that the short passing attack is kind of where Breeze likes to eat. I have not heard the final word on Michael Thomas and his saga, what's going on. But if he does play, it's only a bonus to New Orleans. I will reluctantly, and very shaking in my boots, lean to New Orleans because I know the computers disagree with me. Bocephus, tell all the people why I'm stupid.
All right, well, here we go. Chicago's been undervalued all year long. They're 4-3 ATS. Which tells you right there they've been undervalued. They perform above expectations. And New Orleans has been overvalued all year long. They're 2-4 ATS. In fact, they've only covered against the only two teams they covered against was the first game against Tampa Bay, where they were -3.5, and we'll get to that in a second. They did cover that, but obviously Tampa Bay's gotten better since then. And the second game was they were -3 in Detroit. They won by 4, and they got down by 14 points just to do that. So, here's where I think the biggest rub is, despite all the numbers, despite all the algorithms, despite all that shit, New Orleans has to go to Tampa Bay next week. Again, they were -3.5 in the first game. They're now -4.5, or +4.5, excuse me, at the look ahead. That is an 8-point swing. Now, that seems a little much to me, but in our power rankings, New Orleans has been downgraded 2 full points since our beginning year power rankings. Tampa Bay, you might think, well, they've been upgraded a ton, so it makes sense. No, they haven't. We had them exactly where they're at right now. But before week 1, they're not even a half a point, not even 0.2 of a point different than what they are right now in our power rankings. Now, they did dip to start the season, but they've climbed back to where we thought they would be. We knew Tampa Bay was going to be a good team. They are a good team. We didn't think New Orleans was going to be bad. New Orleans has dipped 2 full points. And Chicago's actually been upgraded by about a half a point from our beginning year power rankings. We didn't have a lot of faith in Chicago, admittedly, starting the year. They well outperformed our expectations, Vegas' expectations, obviously at 4-3, and everybody's expectations. And then New Orleans going to Tampa Bay next week. This is the classic, and I said this on the Degenerate today. I hate the fucking term look ahead because it's the NFL, Longhorn. No teams look ahead, right? They don't look ahead. They have to win every game. They know that. However, what they do in the NFL is they don't give a shit about margin. Like in college, Clemson knows if they're favored by 21, they need to win by at least 21 or more because they get voted on, right, by idiots in the public and the media and all that bullshit in polls to keep their position to get into, playoff contention, the best playoff rankings they can. In the NFL, it's Al Davis, baby. Just fucking win. By 1, by 100, does not fucking matter. And New Orleans knows if they go up there, play a clean game, Nick Foles sucks. We all know Nick Foles sucks, right? They don't turn the ball over. They're going to win the game. They know that. So knowing that, Sean Payton is not going to fucking pull out all his stops to fucking beat the Bears. When he has to play Tampa Bay, he already knows. And if you don't think these NFL coaches know the lines before the games, you're fucking fooling yourself. They absolutely do. He knows he's a big dog heading to Tampa Bay next week. He knows he's at a disadvantage. He knows he's not as good as that team. So he's not going to pull all his cards out to beat the fucking Bears by 4.5. They're going to win the game. I believe that. I don't think Chicago's going to win. But I love Chicago plus 4.5 here, not only because all the numbers say so. It's the perfect in-between spot. And don't forget, Longhorn, Chicago's been on the road 2 games in a row. So that second road game in LA, that was another big road trip for them on a Monday night. They're coming back home. Nick Foles is going to do what he does. He's going to spare us all to fucking death. But at the end of the day, I think Chicago gets inside this cover.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, moving on. We're going to Seattle. And they are minus 3-point consensus right now. Home favorites versus San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, and this one was a interesting game to me because when I first looked at the line, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to lean to San Francisco in this game. And then I dug into it, and I completely flipped. So let's get into that. San Fran has faced the 4th easiest schedule in the league, and they're still dealing with some, massive injuries on both sides of the ball. It never seems to stop for this team. Every week they get more and more people hurt. Hasn't completely derailed them as of yet in this season, but the strength of schedule might explain some of that. San Francisco is only 24th in pass rush success rate, so Russell will absolutely cook all day. Not to mention he's coming off a loss in which his mistakes kind of cost Seattle that game. So I expect 0 mistakes in this game from Russell against a defense that can be had in the air. And on the other side of the ball, Seattle is 9th in defensive rush efficiency, so that lines up well against what San Francisco likes to do with the running game. I'm going to lean Seattle here. I know we talked about this. The computers don't have a lean here, so I am going to lean to Seattle with that short number coming off a straight up loss. Bocephus, what do you got?
Yeah, I like your handicap there. I don't really have a strong feeling in this game, and like I said, the computers don't either. So if I had to lean, I'd probably lean Seattle. All right, we're gonna move on to those goddamn Philadelphia Eagles, and they are now 9.5-point consensus home favorites over the Dallas Cowboys.
Damn, that kind of changes part of my write up here. But first of all, Bocephus, what we have here for the for the second.
No, this is the Sunday night game. You can't do that on the Sunday night game.
Give a shit. I don't. Oh, you know what? So it can't be a corner TV game because if it's Sunday night, it's the only game. So let's see. Let's come up with something clever right off the. It's hello. Don't fucking watch a game of the week. Just don't even fucking turn it on. Don't waste your time. Don't waste our time. I was gonna say the Philly is a great teaser play this week, but apparently it's been bet up so much that. At 9.5, which is what you just said it was at, I can't even take it down to under 3, so fucking throw that right out the window. So I got nothing else. Bocephus, take it away.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you're a Cows fan, here's what you need right here. You need to do exactly what my buddy just said. Do not turn this fucking game on. Don't pay it any fucking attention. Don't watch. Don't fucking. I mean, obviously you're not going to Philadelphia. Well, I hope you're not. Just don't fucking pay any attention because the only thing that's going to convince
Philly this time of year.
Uncle Jerry, guys, I got my guy, Mark McCarthy. He's my guy. McCarthy, he's my guy.
Yeah.
If you convince him that he's not the fucking guy, don't fucking watch. In fact, I'm going to go on a limb right here. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and I'm going to say this is going to be the lowest rated Cowboys primetime game in Dallas, so just in DFW, not going to make a prediction for the whole nation. In DFW, I'm going to say since probably 2003-ish, somewhere around in there, somewhere in the fucking Chutch years.
Sure.
And it should be. And like I
Vinny
said,
Testaverde.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm Vinny. I'm throwing it around here. Yeah, that fucking guy. Mm-hmm. And again, if you truly love your cows, if you do, leave your fucking TVs off. Take your fucking wife, your girlfriend, in Longhorn's case, one of his mistresses, out to fucking dinner. Just fucking go have a good time. Don't fucking turn the game on. Just fucking read about it on your app the next day. And when Uncle Jerry sees, and here's the thing, if this number drops below 20, so that means in a 20 in a ratings is basically 20% of any one market. If it drops below 20, it will be a historical low cow game in DFW. If you love your cows, if you want your cows to ever be good again, just fucking leave the TV off.
Or just drop your allegiances altogether and bet on football like we do and make money on all the teams and don't give a shit anymore, because if you do drop that ratings under age 20, he might be worth, I don't know, $4.9999 billion instead of $5.000 billion. So he ain't gonna give a fuck. He's fucking cashing that money.
Boys and girls, that's a pretty goddamn good handicap right there. We're moving on to Denver. And those fucking Broncos that fucked us last week, they're 3-point home dogs against the fucking LA Chargers.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite spots on the board this week. I just love Denver here, and even though they screwed us last week royally versus Kansas City, that actually makes it a little bit better, because you get better value when a team is coming off a just blowout loss like that. So that is actually works out in our favor this week. This is a major step down in talent going from Kansas City to the Chargers. As a matter of fact, I can't really speak to your power rankings. Both Cephas over there, but on my power rankings, these are almost identical teams between Denver and the Chargers. So there's some value here to the home dog for sure. Denver is number 7th ranked defensive efficiency, and Herbert better get used to these rough road trips to Mile High over the next decade or two, depending on how long he plays. Because, going to Denver is just not an easy road trip for any quarterback, even great quarterbacks. This is a hard trip to make, despite what you saw last week with Kansas City. On top of that, Denver's losses are to Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and Tennessee. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's nothing to feel horrible about. And LA just is not in that category. As a matter of fact, I'm talking myself into it. Bo Stevens, hit that sounder here. Let's take Denver plus the points. Let's take Denver to win this game. Buddy, what do you got?
This is by far my favorite sounder you've hit all fucking year.
Oh,
so
wow.
You say on your power rankings are even. On the computer's power rankings, Chargers are a 1-point better team. Give them 1 at home. That makes them even. We're getting 3. Actually, we locked it in at 3.5 in the Super Contest. We're getting 3.5 fucking points. The look-ahead line of this game was a pick'em, right? But Denver looked so bad. But again, they had 4 fucking turnovers to one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL. So of course you're gonna get blown the fuck off the field when you turn the ball over 4 times to Patrick fucking Mahomes. And again, Herbert's not Patrick fucking Mahomes. The kid looks good, and he might really be good, but he's never going to be Patrick Mahomes. There's only one of those fucking guys. And Drew Lock has not played bad this season. And like you just said, they have lost to... Name those teams again?
Well, I already deleted it, but it was off memory. Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Tennessee, and there was one other good team. But Tampa Bay, yep,
okay,
there it is.
So Tampa Bay is the number 1 team in the NFC. If you want to argue, you can. Whatever. They're at least 1 or 2. Kansas City is number 1 team in the AFC. No arguing that. Pittsburgh and Tennessee with Baltimore. That rounds out the top 4 teams in the AFC, and there is no fucking arguing that. So
I know.
If you think that the Chargers are in that class and they should be getting 3 points on the road, that means with the 1 point, maybe it's 1.5. In Mile High in that environment, that means you're telling me
value.
They would be 4.5-point home favorites. That it doesn't compute. Nothing about this makes sense. I love the sounder. Love Denver. Go Broncos.
Let's get it.
All right, now we're gonna move on to the fucking game of the day. This is the fucking game, boys and girls. This is the fucking litmus test right here early in the season, or I guess we're halfway through at this point. It's Pittsburgh. They're at Baltimore, and they are a 4-point road dog.
Yeah, in this game, I could go the long handicap or I could go the short handicap. I'm thinking because we're sitting at about 55 minutes, I think I'm going to go the short handicap here. Much like Baker and Cleveland and how they're easy to handicap in certain situations, so is Baltimore for the most part. Lamar Jackson... If you can stop the run and make him a passer, he has just proven that he cannot beat you that way. You have division familiarity. You're getting over the field. What'd you say was that?
4 points.
3.5?
4 points.
Oh my God, 4 points. So you're getting 4 points. I'm leaning Pittsburgh here. You know, I've got a whole write-up, but let's make it short. I'm going Pittsburgh here, catching those points in a division game against a quarterback that has not proven he can beat teams through the air, and Pittsburgh is still number one against the rush. What do you got?
Yeah, so if Pittsburgh comes out like they've been doing and jumps all over teams like they just did against Tennessee, which we had them last week, right? We were the lone sharps, Longhorn. We were the fucking people on the island. Every fucking other sharp
2
we
weeks
knew
in a row
had fucking Tennessee.
2 weeks in a row.
Huh? 2 weeks
2
in a row.
weeks in a row.
Yeah, because we had Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. Our whole community was against us then, too. Guess what, baby?
Yep.
That lonely island has paid the fuck off, and if Pittsburgh can jump all over Baltimore like they did against Tennessee, yeah. Lamar ain't coming back like Tannehill did, and as long as Big Ben doesn't make any fat fucking mistakes like he did to let Tennessee back in that game, if they just run the ball on Baltimore, I don't see any way to lean. The numbers are split on this because Baltimore is, from efficiency standpoint, they're still such a good fucking football team, and they are really excellent at what they do when they're on their game, when they get a lead, when they control, like you said, the pace and everything, keep Lamar in his lane. They're fucking unstoppable. They literally are unstoppable. But if you can get them out of it, they're easily beatable, and I think Pittsburgh does that this week, so I'll lean with you.
All right.
All right, moving on to the Monday Night Football game that may or may not happen at this point because Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley just had to fucking go out partying without a goddamn mask on. They might get suspended. They might get fined. Who fucking knows? But either way, the Giants got the fucking COVID there, kid. So Tampa Bay is currently still on the board at 10.5-point road favorites against the New York Football COVID fucking having Giants.
Yeah, I certainly hope they can, recover from that just awful cough they're going to have for 24 hours. And we're gonna stay out of the politics of this, and we're gonna keep my opinions to myself. So I can already tell you before we even talked about this game, I know the numbers are going to lean to the Giants here. And weather is going to be weather's going to be a factor up and down the East Coast in these games, and will be for probably the remainder of the year. So if you're going to be bet on these games, you got to be sure to check those weather conditions. Swirling winds in New York, that can only help slow down that Tampa Bay passing attack, and the Giants are ranked 11th against the rush. So those two factors combined should slow it down enough to keep the Giants within that giant point spread. Does that mean that I want to put my money and your money on Daniel Jones if he plays to keep this close? Not really, but I will say this. This is kind of a little in-depth here and probably something I shouldn't talk about on the podcast because it's boring. That's our job to take care of, not yours. But this is a Monday night game, and you've got a huge, huge home dog here. The Sunday games, if all the favorites are winning on Sunday, like if there's just favorite after favorite winning and covering on Sunday, watch this line. Watch any Monday night game and Sunday night game. The underdogs shoot up because there's so much liability on these books with these parlay cards and these teaser cards tied into Monday night and Sunday night games that, if the favorites are covering and winning big on Sunday, there's going to be huge liability on Tampa Bay in this game. So the books will often, if those favorites cover on Sunday, they will jack these lines up to cover their ass on Monday night. So, just check that. If you like New York, wait. Because, if all the favorites cover on Sunday, you can probably get this line a little bit higher. If you don't, it's not really going to matter. Probably won't drop that much anyways. But thank you very much once again to China. You can suck a big dick for fucking up our entire football season. Once again, you I just wasted 2 minutes talking about this fucking game that probably won't even fucking happen. God, I can't stand you, China. Can't stand you.
All right, the only thing I'll add to my buddy's point is you can look at DraftKings. They've already got Tampa Bay at -12, and South Point has them at -11.5. And Circa, the brand new, just beautiful fucking book at the Four Queens. God damn, this thing looks like a fucking Taj motherfucking Hall. They've got it at minus 11.5. It's already moving like my buddy just fucking told you because he is that fucking sharp. It's going towards Tampa Bay. If you love the Giants, like the computers do and like we do, just fucking wait. Just fucking wait that kid. And you're going to get the better of the fucking number. Don't fucking put your money down there. All right? Just fucking wait. Just not for nothing. Just
Hold
fucking
up.
wait. All right?
Just hold.
All right, boys and girls. That was all the wins that are coming to the air tonight, baby. All right, boys and girls, it's time you've all been waiting for. It's time for that NFL free. I said free pick of the week, baby.
Yeah, and only one sounder this week, so a little light on the sounders there. But let's stick with the free pick on Denver plus 3.5, whatever you can get them at. That is going to be our NFL free pick of the week, and I hope you liked that money line parlay of the week hitting last week. I hope you liked it very much. I hope you did, because it paid 12-1 last week. And let's see if we can hit back-to-back money line parlays. This week we are going to go with Denver on that money line, Cleveland, Miami, putting our faith in Tua there. Put a little faith in that value on Tua. Philly and Seattle. Once again, Denver, Cleveland, Miami, Philly, and Seattle. That pays 13-1, and we do the money dance 2 weeks in a row.
God damn, that was hot. And if you do like Denver on the free pick, you can get it at 3.5 at DraftKings online right fucking now, baby. Longhorn, tell them about that fabulous website one more time.
All right, you Glory Hole Seekers, that's going to wrap up another award-winning episode of the Football Glory Hole Podcast. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Y'all come back to the Sports Patio next week, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating so we can pay those bills. Hit us up on any of our social medias, and don't forget to subscribe to both our YouTube channels, the Football Glory Hole and the Degenerate with R.J. Choppy. We give out free picks on our website, our podcast, and also our YouTube quick hits, so people stop being sports stupid and use them all. But most importantly, sign up for those premium picks at our website so that we may become partners for life. And both Cephas, as always, in a mostly non-sexual way. People, stop throwing away your hard-earned money on the guessing game. Let the pros do the heavy lifting. So sign up, tell a friend, and join in on the fun of watching football, drinking beer, and never pay a bookie again. Come on.
God damn it, people never pay a bookie again. Steven Tyler, take us out, baby!